Welcome to the 100 Master Coaches series featuring master coaches from around the world. Let's journey together on this 100 Master Coaches series with your host, Coach Mel, MCC. Sirirat Siriwan is a leadership and executive coach who has worked for many corporate clients in various industries to develop their leaders and internal coaches. She is a deep coach and a real contributor in educating people about coaching. Apart from being a coach, she is also a trainer and author of 4 coaching books. Now on to the show.
Hello, and welcome to the 100 Master Coaches show. This is Coach Mal, and today my special guest is Sirirat Siriwan from Bangkok, Thailand. Welcome to you, Saudi Cup.
สวัสดีค่ะ Mel. Thank you for having me ค่ะ
Wow, it's a privilege to have you on the show. You know, we had a bit of chat just now talking about you and your background. So I like to just start by asking you, how did your coaching journey begin?
My coaching journey begin when as I told you before, I falling in love. I know a bit about coaching before when I worked at Achieve Global. But I saw one poster. Of neuro leadership program. Yes, it's about brain-based coaching. And it mentioned ICF. I just feel right about this, and then I just throw myself into this. That's my journey start.
I remember you saying it's like you throwing yourself and falling in love. So tell me a little bit more about that concept of you falling in love with coaching.
I have no doubt. I had no doubt at all. I just study, and when I graduate, I start to create the opportunity. At that time in Thailand, actually people knew not much about coaching. I talked to many coaches, and they feel like when people in their countries didn't know much about coaching, it felt like difficult for them. But for me, it's the opportunity. Because I have strength of writing. So I just start with writing, educating people about coaching, starting from articles in Thai, in English. Even my English at that time was not perfect, but I didn't mind. But I just feel comfortable to be myself. And then I wrote books. I wrote the first book is High Performance Coaching, and that book brought me a lot of clients, including one English article that I sent about brain-based coaching that brought me a big clients, loyal clients that I work with for many years.
That is just so amazing. So it started with one poster. Then it went into you deep diving, and I hear you. You started writing love letter to help them understand about coaching. And I think that's just amazing. That's one of the ways, isn't it, to get people to know what coaching is about and also get to know you, because you are the writer of these articles. What is perhaps one of your famous article that you wrote?
It's hard to tell, but the most favorite one for the audience is about loving yourself, this kind of thing. But it's related to coaching.
So tell me a little bit, Sirirat, about your background. I remember you mentioning that before becoming a coach, you were in HR. So tell us about that.
Actually, when I got to know coaching from Achieve Global, but it's still not completely aligned with International Coach Federation.
Yeah.
At that time, it's more than 10 years already.
Yeah.
But I start to feel good about the methodology we use, the leader will use for their subordinates. So then when I moved to work at Liberty in the group, which is the one of the largest garment company in Thailand. So I utilized coaching with my team.
I see.
And it seemed to be worked well. And besides, when I start my business as a coach, I use coaching skills with my clients. Yeah, and the clients can feel like they can touch my soul, my sincerity, my openness to learn from them.
Yeah.
So I think it's my, besides, one thing that support me a lot to understand coaching skill is my family. My father, he bought a lot of books, so I read about Zen, this kind of thing, and Dhamma before, but I understand the concept. But when I learned coaching, I saw some kind of relatedness between them. So this helped me so much when I practice to be present with the client.
Wow.
So my family background, my work background, I have knowledge, a little knowledge before about coaching, and experience of utilizing coaching, and it worked well. Then when I study ACSTH and ACTP program, I understand coaching deeply, and because of I wrote books of coaching and I wrote a lot of articles, this helped me understand coaching more deeper and deeper, and I train also.
Some say it is by the doing of coaching, being part of the lives of our coachees, that we experience what true coaching is all about. Because it's not just about the knowledge of coaching, but it is how that is internalized within us and then connected, as you say, the relatedness of everything that we've experienced in our past as we bring that gift to our coachee. I'm curious, Sirirat. You talked about having presence. And I love the Thai culture. Thai people are very, to me, soft, friendly, just a beautiful spirit. Whenever I'm in Thailand, I just feel like I'm connected to the people because they're always, doing signs like this and, being so accommodating to foreigners like me, right? How that culture, the Thai culture, and the connectedness of how this is with coaching and coaching presence. I would love your thoughts on that.
I can say yesterday I had a mentoring session with my client. He was a coach, internal coach. One thing that I said to my client was that Thai people, they are very good in smiling. Yeah. But the point is to recognize other people's strength is something that we need to pay more attention on. Yeah. We respect people.
Yeah.
We was trained to, I can say that if you look at Thai history, we always survive the war. Yeah.
True.
Second, World War II, this kind of thing. We know how to survive And our king, he was smart also. The
Exactly.
strategy. Yeah. So we learn to survive by being polite and flexible. But at the same time, there was a group of people. They were ready to contribute, to dedicate themselves. So that means there are different groups, different type of people like other countries.
Yeah.
For me, I didn't do meditation or this kind of thing at all. Yeah, because I just feel like when I am visible, it caused me problem. Even when in my coaching journey, I was invisible with my clients before I earned MCC. I was invisible with my client, but sometimes in business world, I could become visible. So I learned that it was not beneficial for me at all. So during the MCC journey, I did not practice like meditation, it just practice in reality.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, I understand. And then I realized that to be invisible all the time, I mean, outside coaching session is critical. And this is the real master things. Yeah.
Yeah. That is so amazing what you just said. Knowing when to be invisible and also knowing when to be visible.
Yeah.
And we as a coach need to adapt, as you say, be flexible. Sometimes we need to mirror that to our coachee, but sometimes we need to challenge that as well, just like what you did with your mentee, so that that can stretch the person, challenge the person, help the
Right.
person grow beyond their space of comfort. I resonate that with you a lot because I also come from a different culture. You are in Thailand. I am originally in Malaysia, so we are neighbors.
Uh-huh.
But I left to Australia, and obviously we've lived in Australia for many years, and we've experienced the different, I call it the melting pot, it's like the different flavor of different culture and background, and all of that mixed together. And that gave me appreciation that we need to honor our legacy, where we come from, and yet we also need to be open, to be flexible. And I guess that is how we connect to people, isn't it? We connect to people
Yes.
that way because we meet them where they are comfortable at meeting us. What are your thoughts about that?
I agree with you completely that the safe space that we provide for anyone else that we meet is important. And I realized this morning when I did makeup before meeting you,
You
when I
look
did
beautiful.
makeup, thank you. When I did makeup, the space that I should give myself safe space
Wow.
too. I need to make sure that I have safe space inside myself
Yeah.
so that I can unleash my potential.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not just only the client that we provide the safe space.
Yeah.
And I think the coach needs to be secure and feel safe about being themselves and in front of the client, safe, secure, and vulnerable at the same time. I think it's important.
So true.
Yeah, yeah. We just need to treat ourselves as the client. Yeah, and then we can treat the client better.
Yeah. So many nuggets you're sharing there, Sirirat. It's so true. Huh? How we treat ourselves is like a mirror of how we are comfortable treating our clients or people around us even. You know, you've told me that journey to MCC, and I want to ask you, in that journey of about 10 years, what will be some of your key insights that you want to share with people based on your years of coaching?
Growth mindset is important
Mm,
because actually I can say that I became successful since the beginning of my career because I have no doubt I did something that sometimes people criticize me. Sometimes what I did, even the code I wrote, many people love it, and some people might feel so. What I did is I took risk a lot in
yeah,
doing, yeah, what I have done so far.
yeah,
Uh, Sometimes I was criticized about my English, yeah, in some Facebook page, yeah, very much. And anyway, I didn't respond to that man, that guy. And
yeah,
anyway, other coaches, a lot of them, just support me at that time.
yeah.
I what I feel is that I have more immunity. Yeah,
Mm,
become more, how can I say,
yeah,
mature to
yeah,
handle things. So I think to in coaching career, we
mm,
need to understand. We need to get the clarity about our own strength
yeah,
and leverage our strength and take risk more, but
mm,
at the same time more considerate and open for the feedback from
yeah,
other people, and don't attach too much to failure because I fail a lot. So
wow,
and I used to feel attached to those failure
yeah,
and those some kind of unprecedentedness
wow,
um, things that happen to me.
mm,
Uh, the point is life is short, so just live life in present and just value the journey. I didn't mind. Actually, I don't mind much anymore about the result or the success of my career.
mhm,
I don't see the point about this anymore since last year. Yeah,
wow,
when COVID came into our life.
yeah,
So I just take risks and sincere, be honest, and accept, live life in present, only present, that value, because in present there will be no self, and when without self we see things clear. Yeah, but with self we can be affected a lot
yeah.
by people behaviors and situation complaints, especially if we live life in social media. Yeah.
Mm. So many things you said resonated with me. I like to just respond by saying, yes, be out there, not afraid at comments and what people will think of you. Especially like what you say is you remove the attachment of the need to succeed. That's so true because a lot of times, I'll speak for myself, I want to put my best foot forward, make the whole world see that I'm doing such good things. And I know I being taught with my values to be humble. And then also we know, we discuss about it, we also need to be visible. But being visible doesn't mean we need to attach ourselves with the outcomes and the expectation that comes with that. If not, I think you and I will be somewhat disappointed with the attaching too much of our own feelings and even state of mind to that thing. You know, I've been a fan of your writings.
Thank you.
I don't tell you often. I sometimes just look at what you're doing and I'm like, where does Sirirat come out with so many quotes and thoughts and lovely expression? I feel that is your gift to the world.
Yeah.
So my encouragement to you, if it helps you, is continue.
Thank you. I will. Yeah, I am happy that you like it. You love it. Yeah.
You know, on your journey to MCC, you told me a very emotional story. You achieved your MCC this year in July. Tell me again, and of course, for the audience sake, about that meaningful moment when you achieved your MCC.
I can say that when I saw the message from ICF, I feel pleased. Yeah. I got MCC because of my family. And I feel like I want to give this MCC to my father. I don't feel like I own the MCC as much as my father owned it.
Wow.
Because he support me so much about food, about everything, because I work very hard every day for the MCC. He try not to interrupt or anything. He just support him very much. And so the MCC is belong to him. And my family members, my sisters support me. Without them, it's quite challenging journey. And I have to adapt myself very quick because my dad got lung cancer during the COVID spreading very much in Thailand. So no hospital want to accept my dad because there was no bed anymore for the patient. So anyway, coaching journey support me very much in prepare myself to be mindful with the situation and to become resilient, to become how can I say mindful is the right word, to be conscious, to deal with his symptom, to take care of him. And then just be the best I can be for my father, because he showed his strength by, even he was sick very much, but he still maintained his calmness, mindfulness and consciousness very well, never complain anything. So I learned from him. But after he's passing away 2 weeks, I become a little bit depressing in the evening. And then getting better slowly. But coaching help a lot, because I aware of my state of mind. That something wrong inside myself after my dad passing away. So when I was aware, I handle it and I become recovered from the situation, but still missing him a lot. We just do the 100 days for him. Ceremony, how can I say?
I understand.
This kind of thing. For him.
Thank you for sharing that. This is truly a beautiful story. And it's not just a story, it's real life. Every day we deal with real life. Every day we choose to live in the real world.
Yeah.
I love what you said about how you learned all these consciousness and mindfulness and just patience and resilience from your own father,
Yeah.
who actually mirrored all those things back to you, so that it will give you the strength that you need to pursue your journey, even achieving this MCC milestone. So really, big congratulations to you and to your father and family
Yeah, thank
members,
you
of
so much.
course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that you're MCC, has that changed the way you see the world around you?
It's I reborn twice. The first time when I practiced to be MCC. Yeah, during my practice and almost when I sense that I reached to that level already, my mentor, Mr. Chong Fong Sua, he mentioned about the art, yeah, Picasso thing.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I sent the Picasso in September. Yeah, in September, but still not September of last year, but still the efficiency of the recording that I need to send to ICF. I continue to work more, and I feel that Picasso is come more clearly that coaching turned to be the art. So I feel reborn. I feel simple. I just a little children. And after my dad passing away, I reborn again. When I recover from the feeling of depressing,
Yeah.
yeah. So it changed me to become more present. I mean, people always said as a coach, when we train our students, we train them to be to live in present, to live life in the moment.
Yeah.
But the point is, living is not that right word for me anymore.
Wow.
I become present. So that means I let go of Sirirat, or my nickname B. I feel how can I say separate, detached from the name, from the past, from everything about B, about Coach B, Coach Sirirat. I just be present. This is the state that I am still continue to practice, because I value present, because in present there is wisdom.
Yeah.
There is we will be more wise and mindful about what we should do, what we should think or not think about. Yeah, what we should decide. So I choose to be present at this state of my life.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
And presence and mastering the art of presence and being present is one of the things that I keep on hearing from other master coaches on this show. What is the simplest way of being present?
I am visualized person. So I use visualization. It's like inside my heart, my soul, there is a room. If I am fully present, it will not shake. There will be no dust. Yeah. And if I think a lot and concern, worry about something, about the program I am making at this stage. The need to have many students in the class, this kind of thing. Yeah, I felt this sometimes. I will check the room.
Wow.
Yeah, that means the dust inside my room already, and it is checked by the need, the desire. Yeah, by the greediness. I want to have something. Yeah. So I just let go of these desire, those desires, those needs, and then I choose to be present. I make the choice to be present, and I will do the best and let the result be as it will be. Yeah, but I will do the best. That means it seemed to be like we are visible, right? You still saw my post every day, this kind of thing. But inside, it seemed to be like we are visible. It seemed to be like we produce work, produce something every day, and people can see from social media. Yeah, but the point is, when we produce from the invisibility.
Wow.
We produce it from present, not Sirirat, not B or Coach B anymore. Yeah, I don't want Sirirat or Coach B to lead me anymore. She was successful before when she was younger than this. She succeed in the beginning of the career, and she made mistake a lot also. So I just respect her as a human being, a beautiful younger woman. But anyway, she was naive sometimes and did some mistake. Yeah. So I respect that person, but I want to be present. I choose to be present. And we also have inner power to produce the good work, the good things to the world without greediness, ambitious, or the desire to be the winner all the time. Yeah. Sirirat used to feel that way, to be on top of the game all the time. No, she's not there, not here anymore.
I hear you. I hear that it's important to honor the journey and to honor the person you were before, to learn from the mistakes that was made based on being naive or being in a state of wanting to achieve a lot of things. And then now being comfortable to receive what we are to receive by just focusing on being present and not on the outcome. I am curious again. What would you say to this very ambitious leader that we meet actually every day? Yeah. What would you say to him or her regarding what she thinks is the right thing to do, of course, because she wants to be more successful in her life? What would be your wisdom for this person?
People live in different journey.
Yeah.
They live in their own journey, and they live by their own values. I think firstly, I will respect their values, their belief, and their desire to succeed. And the ambition they have, I used to have before, and it works in the long term. The experience that they face after they getting things they get what they want. It might create some kind of pride, quiet things that sometimes they don't realize. I didn't realize about the pride because I succeed, and also when I work with my client, I still present. But the pride that I did a good job, this kind of thing can hurt people in the future. So we can be successful by being clear about what will be the purpose of our life. And there are different kinds of ways to reach that point. For myself, my journey told me very clear that if I am still continue to be ambitious person, I will not get what I want. I observe my pattern already. I think life taught me to have and then lost what I have. Yeah. So, and after that, they taught me, I observed my pattern and I realized that anytime I feel calm and humble, but still continue to do the job, yeah, diligently, I get what I want, but more. So in short period of time when we were younger, we can enjoy life when we earn things, but be careful in the long term. Those rewards could hurt us if it turned to be pride or too much confidence. So just be considerate and be mindful about this, because what taught me the most is not success, is my failure. Yeah. And I'm very lucky that my pride was killed and my pressure increased. Yeah.
That's so beautiful. Pride. Yeah. Pride of man. We sometimes don't dare to face those parts of us that we know is there because we are maybe sometimes not ready to face those parts of us. And only, I guess, when we go through the different scenarios in our life, then we realize how we can measure this that we think is so important at that point of time to the real important things in life, like relationships, like how you said just now, where your family and how the example of your father became the more important part of that journey, even for your achievement, for your MCC. That's so beautiful. You know, the future of coaching our industry is a very exciting one, don't you think?
Yes.
It's going to, of course, be different from how we experienced coaching 10 years ago, 15 years ago. In your mind, what do you think the future of coaching is going to be like? And perhaps, what is your wish for the future of coaching to be like?
This will be the long journey that coaching can create visible impact in terms of humanity.
Yeah.
Of course, it's already make some impacts of the transformation of leadership. The way we think this kind of things is deep impact. But we see that actually the world need help because we live in the period that people didn't care much about what happened to the world in the long term. For example, the nature, the environment, everything, the way we treat our own business become richer, growth, and successful. At the same time, we leave behind the nature that they were destroyed. That means we never thought that how the sun and the moon provide. We live life because of we have nature, we have the sun and the moon, which they did their job very well every day. We never recognize the nature, the forest, this kind of thing. We just think and talk about the growth, the performance, this kind of thing. I hope in the future, coaching will create impact more in making the world survive and treat the nature, treat the world like partnership and have the sense of caring, not just try to build things. For example, building so many things that we have to destroy the nature. I just feel like there are so many kind of business that we can choose to do. So in the future, if we want to choose to do something, think more about what we need to destroy before earning the income. I hope coaching will create more impact, not just only in personal life or professional life or the career, but wider and affect the sense of humanity. So that we can save our life and the world.
Are we listening? We have become so busy, so focused on ourselves, what we want, that we forget about everything around us and also everyone around us. That's just beautiful. I can talk to you forever. But like every good thing, it has to come to a close, at least for this conversation. What will be your parting remark that you want to leave behind today for people listening in?
Self-care. Treat ourselves as the best client so that we can be happy, peaceful, and present enough to see things clear about who we are and what the situation around us are. When we do self-care well, by observe ourselves, aware the state of being, our state of being, and master ourselves well, then we can master other things, other people, in the way that we don't need to force too much or try to convince too much, because it will become natural. And even sometimes leaders need to make tough decisions. They will not feel guilty about it because this is what they need to do. They do it based on their right state of mind already.
Very nice. Really appreciate your time today. From the bottom of my heart, want to say ขอบคุณครับ
ขอบคุณค่ะ
It's been a pleasure having this chat with you.
Likewise.
So this has been the 100 Master Coaches show today with Sirirat and myself, Mel. Till the next time, stay safe and be well. Bye for now.
Bye.
You have been watching the 100 Master Coaches series with your host, Coach Mel, MCC. Brought to you by Catalyst Coach. www.catalystcoach.live. We will be right back with our next Master Coach on the 100 Master Coaches series.